Hello, welcome to today's yoga class. My name is Bob, and today we'll be doing a Vinyasa class. We'll start with a warm-up, and we'll move to a sun salutation letter A, where we warm up the spine, and we'll do some standing poses, followed by some seated poses, a good stretch, and then we'll get some rest. So let's begin today's class by lying down on your back on your mat. Get yourself settled in, arms alongside your body. Your legs can be long, or you can have your knees bent if that's more comfortable. Get the wiggles out and find a position that's comfortable for you. And if your knees are bent, you can try having the knees kiss to each other, the feet out a little bit wider. You might find that to be comfortable on your low back. But where you found yourself landing, just get yourself into a nice position of stillness. So often in our yoga class, we actually begin by stopping. We begin just to stop. We slow the physical body down, find a place of stillness, and take a moment to reflect. Check in with how you're feeling physically. Check in how you're feeling emotionally today. It's almost a sense of gathering. You can think of a runner, a sprinter who gathers him or herself before setting off on a sprint, or a basketball player before taking free throws. They breathe, they gather. Take a moment to gather your thoughts, perhaps even gather an intention for today's practice. Settle into the mat. Feel yourself supported by the earth. Although you've stilled the body, you may notice now you still hear, feel your heartbeat. You still feel the rise and fall of the chest as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathing is the anchor of the yoga practice, something we come back to throughout practice, and hopefully it's a skill we learn to take off the mat as well. The breath is a guide to how we're feeling. Just notice, observe, gather the information. Is your breath long? Is it short? Is it deep or shallow? And we could guide the breath, use the breath to add energy to our body. So begin to take a big breath in through the nose, fill up, exhale out of the mouth. Again, breathe in deeply, in through the nose, and exhale out of the mouth, pushing the air out. One more time, inhale, gather the energy of the air into your body. Exhale out of the mouth. Now seal your lips. Try to breathe in and out of the nose throughout the remainder of the class. Big, strong inhales, big, strong exhales. On an inhale, stretch your arms overhead, send your toes long, your legs long, lengthening the body, big body stretch. Exhale right there, arms overhead, legs out long. Just settle into the shape. One more breath in. Big, long stretch, and exhale, bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. Might feel good to rock side to side. Massage for the back. On an inhale, big, long stretch your body out. And exhale, bring it all in. Wrap yourself up, bring your shoulders off the mat, curl into a little ball. Next time you stretch yourself out on an inhale, widen out the legs and the arms like your big letter X on your mat. Gather in all the energy you can And exhale, bring it all in, taking it inside. Inhale, open up, big letter X, stretching the fingers and toes. Exhale, curl up into a little ball. Inhale, open, exhale, bring all that air inside, all that energy inside. Let your feet come onto the mat, a little bit wide, maybe the width of the mat. Knees up towards the sky, and just begin to swish the knees from side to side, like windshield wipers. Side to side, feel the thighs moving in the hip joint. And bring stillness up to the knees, and walk the feet in a little bit closer, about hip distance apart. Root the feet firmly into the mat, arms alongside the body, push into the shoulders. We'll take a few rounds of bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips up. Feel your glutes squeezing as you lift up. And exhale, set down. Take a breath here, in and out. Inhale, lift up, push into the feet. Feel the muscles engaging. And exhale, set it down. Root into the mat, round of breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, set it down. And one more, really push into the feet. Feel your big toes pushing into the mat. Your knees extending forward energetically, rolling onto the shoulders. And exhale, set it down. Now walk your feet even closer together. Let the soles of the feet come together, knees out wide into a butterfly shape. And simply rock side to side. Let your knees flap like a butterfly's wings. And then bring stillness into the legs. Feet pushing into each other. And notice the knees opening up wide, just under gravity as you relax the muscles. If you keep breathing here, notice after a few rounds of breath, the knees are naturally opening up. Inhale, bring knees back up towards the ceiling, and then gather them both into your chest. Again, wrap up the shins with your arms and rock side to side. And hold on to the right knee. Let the left leg extend long. Push through the left heel as you bring the right knee up as close to your shoulder as you can. And set the shoulders down, and let's just begin to move the foot. You can wiggle the right toes, move the foot in a circle. Take your foot circles both directions if you haven't changed direction already. And then with your right hand on your kneecap, just begin to draw circles with your thigh and the hip joint. Nice, slow, big circles. And if your arm is getting in the way, you can just move the knee on its own. It's nice to have that connection with hand to your knee. And then take your circles the other way. This motion feel good. Moving the thigh and the hip joint. And bring it back center. And let the left knee come to join. And we'll go the other way. Extend the right leg long. Push through the right heel. as you pull the left knee in towards the left shoulder, and then set the shoulders down and just begin to wiggle the toes and move the foot, articulating that ankle joint. And take your foot circles the other way. And with your left hand on your left knee, begin to circle the thigh and the hip joint on the left side. And take your circles the other way. Feeling each turn. And bring your left knee in. Right knee comes in too. And I'll rock the length of your mat forward and back, all the way from your sacrum up to your shoulders. And then as you keep rocking, with enough momentum, you'll roll up to a seat. So take a seat at the top of your mat. Sit up nice and tall. Your back no longer attached to the mat. As your breath can get a little bit bigger. As you inhale, breathe into your back. A lot more depth and volume available to you. Now let's begin to warm up the spine. We'll start at the top of the spine with your cervical vertebrae in your neck. So let's just begin to take some head circles. Just moving the head slowly with intention. You might even notice your breath pattern begin to link to the movements. And after about 3 or 4 circles one way, take your circles the other. Always looking for balance in our practice. Clockwise and counterclockwise, lefts and rights. And sit up nice and tall. Inhale, bring your chin up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest. And up and down. We spend a lot of time looking down at screens and driving or at a desk. So move the neck up and down. It's important range of motion. And bring your head back to center. And then we're going to look to the right and back center, and look to the left and back center. Try to keep the shoulders in place. Just paying attention to how the neck feels as you're moving it side to side. Slowly and with intention. And come back center. A few rounds of breath here. Notice how the neck feels. It feels a little bit warmer, a little looser than it did. Moving now to the shoulders. On an inhale, we lift the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale, we bring them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You can turn these into circles too. Inhale, up. Exhale, back, down, and around. Inhale, up. Exhale, back, down, and around. Inhale, up. Exhale, back, down, and around. Inhale, up, back, down, and around. Let's go the other way now. The inhale goes back, up, and reach the top. And exhale will come straight down. Linking the breath and the movements. And set your shoulders down. Pay attention now. How do they feel? Are you observing any differences? Inhale, your arms nice and wide. Palms facing forward. As if someone were pushing on those palms, opening up across your chest. Work on some arm rotation. Exhale, thumbs go down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale back up. Very subtle movement, important range of motion. And one more time, exhale down, inhale back up, inhale. On exhale, we're going to bend the elbows and then bring the forearms together. That's two movements on one breath. Inhale, open and extend. Exhale, bend and compress. Inhale, open and extend. Exhale, goalposts and forearms. Inhale, open and extend. All the inhale and the exhale, two movements. And the inhale, two movements. One more time. Arms still out wide. We'll take a thread the needle. The right arm comes across. The left hand pinches the shoulder. It's like a thread the needle we would do on tabletop. So this makes this more accessible to people with knees that don't like to be on tabletop. Inhale, open. And take this on the other side. And open. And then we're going to give ourselves a hug by grabbing both shoulders. And we'll take some circles with the torso. Notice how you're moving around your sits bones as you circle the torso. Pay attention to which direction you're going. Inhale, open up. Change which arm is on top as you give yourself a hug, and now circle the other direction. Feel the different pressure points in your sits bones and your feet as you move around the circle. And open. And set our hands down in front, and we'll come into a tabletop. Again, if you have sensitive knees, you can do this staying seated. We'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So from here, if you're in tabletop, inhale, lift the head, belly goes low, sternum, your heart comes forward. Exhale, push into the mat, push your back up, your head comes low. This is cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. You move your cat and cow. And for those that don't like to be on your knees, the cat and cow can be done seated, just the same shape of arching the back and rounding the back. And rounds of cat and cow. Next we'll go into puppy pose. And so if you're in tabletop, come back to a neutral spine, walk your hands forward, forward, forward. Let your chest come between your forearms. Hips are still high, and your forehead comes down to the mat. Feeling the connection with your third eye. And if you're seated, you can simply fold forward from a seat with no pressure on your knees. Feel a good stretch from the hips through the back, arms all the way to the fingertips. And inhale, come back up. If you're in tabletop, back to tabletop. And we'll curl our toes, lift our hips, and come to our first downward facing dog. So in down dog, your fingers are spread nice and wide, arms are straight. And you can pedal out the dog first few times, bend a knee, lifts that heel, set it down, move to the other side. And get comfortable breathing upside down. Come to stillness and down dog. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, chest comes closer to the thighs. Look up at the top of the mat. Walk your feet between your hands. Inhale to a flat back, gazes forward. Exhale, fold forward. And just hang heavy. In this forward fold, very passive. Just letting the body hang. You can grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Don't be afraid to turn the sway into a nice big movement. Feel the stretch in the back lines of the legs. Upper body is completely relaxed. Release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, rise up to a half lift. Back is flat, gaze is forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Arms come up overhead. Hands to heart center. Samastitihi. We'll do our sun salutation letter A to continue to warm up the spine. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Right hand grabs the left wrist and bend to the right. Inhale, back center. Switch the grip. Side bend over to the left. Root into the right foot as you lean towards the left. Inhale up. Bend the elbows. Take a back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Do a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up again, arms overhead. Do that again. Bend towards the right. Inhale, back center. Bend towards the left. Inhale, back center. Exhale, a back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive to the mat. Fully exhale. As you exhale, you create that space that allows you to fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Create some energy. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise up. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Side bend to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, access the arms, take a back bend. We're going to add on here. Inhale, reach up. Open arm twist to the right. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, open arm twist towards the left. Inhale, reach back up. Now take your back bend again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Side bend to the right. Inhale, center when you inhale, really reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, really pushing the air. You notice you're getting a little deeper in each of your side bends. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Half lift. And this time while we're down there, we're going to grab hold of our big toes with our first two fingers, our peace fingers. You need to widen out your stance a little. Inhale, lengthen the back, straighten the arms. Exhale, fold forward, pulling the elbows out to the side. This is Padangusthasana. Fingers around the big toes, using them as a lever to help pull the crown of your head down towards the mat. Inhale, straighten the back, flatten the back, straighten the arms. Exhale, release the grip, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Side bend to the right. Inhale, back center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Back center. Now we take an open arm twist to the right. And back up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Back up. Swan dive down to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Last time through, inhale up. This time we're going to put the left foot behind the right. Right arm comes down. Side bend with crossed legs. Good stretch on the left side. Inhale up. Left foot comes back. Right foot comes behind the left. Left arm down. Bend towards the left. Inhale, back up. Feet come together. Forward fold. Half lift, forward fold, rise to the top of the mat, back to mountain pose. Turn towards the front of the mat, and we'll take our first vinyasa here. So arms come up, hands come down to the mat, feet step back to a high plank. If you want to come down to your knees, you can come down to your knees, untuck the toes, bend the elbows, come all the way down. Inhale, lift the shoulders, baby cobra. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, curl the toes, push up to tabletop. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Gather up the energy. We'll move on to our standing sequence. We'll put together a series of poses into a flow. Our left and our right. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Come into a low lunge. Big bend in the front knee, that's your right knee. Back heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Back leg is active, keeping you in place. The lower you go, the lower your center of gravity, the more stability you have. If you feel wobbly, you can walk the right foot out to the right. Your feet should be on train tracks, not on a balance beam. Exhale, sweep your arms behind you with a flat back. Extend forward, thunderbolt. Inhale, arms come back up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, spin your back heel down, open across the hips and the shoulders. Right arm forward, left arm back. Warrior B. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, pull down. Big breath in to prepare. Exhale, we're going to bow forward. Right shoulder inside the right knee. Humble warrior. Rise back up. Warrior B. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, front arm comes up. Back arm comes down. Reverse triangle. Feel a big opening on the right side of the body. And from openness, we go down to a twist. Exhale, back knee comes down. Left elbow comes across the right thigh. Thinker pose. From a twist, inhale, both arms come up. Kneeling crescent. Exhale, both hands frame the right foot. Step the right foot back and take a vinyasa, either from your toes or from your knees, or skip it all together and push back up to downward facing dog. We'll all meet up there. From down dog, back to your breath. And we'll do all that on the left side. Inhale, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Bend in the left knee. Right heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your arms behind you, lean forward, extending through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach back up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, spin your heel down, open up across the chest, the hips, left arm forward, right arm back. Your gaze is over your left hand in the front, warrior B. Interlace hands behind your back. Inhale, pull down, fill up. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Inhale, rise back up, warrior B. Exhale, settle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the front leg. Left arm comes up, length on the left side, open on the left side. And exhale, thinker, back knee comes down, right elbow across thigh. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, frame the left foot. Step your left foot back and take your vinyasa back to downward facing dog, or simply push your hips up to down dog from high plank. We'll do all together on the right side and add a few more poses. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Rise up, high crescent. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Lean forward, thunderbolt. Inhale, back to high crescent. Exhale, warrior B. Interlace hands behind the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, settle back to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Reverse triangle. From opening on the right to compression and twist. Thinker pose, back knee down, elbow across thigh. Open back up. Kneeling crescent. Now straighten the front leg. This is where we add on. Push the hips back. Straighten the front leg. Half splits. Your half splits, you can be all the way down or keep your hips elevated. Lengthen out between the legs. More of a split sensation here. That angle between the two legs. Now crawl forward. Plant the left hand. Lift the back knee if it's onto the mat. Inhale, open up the right arm. Lift the right shoulder, easy twist. Exhale, both hands come down inside the right foot. Come into a runner's lunge. Back knee can stay lifted, or it can come down. Stay on your hands, or come down to your forearms if that's available to you. From here, lift the back knee if it's onto the mat. Walk your hands to the middle of the mat. With your hands for support, take this opportunity to widen out the stance between the legs, feeling stretch in the inner thighs. Inhale, flatten the back, straighten the arms, and exhale, fold forward. Fingers are forward, elbows are bent, pointing back. This is wide leg forward, fold, letter A. Feeling the stretch between the inner thighs. Feet are strong into the mat. Inhale, flatten the back, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead, star pose. Like a big letter X, just like we did when we were on the mat. Now switch your heels in, toes out, bend both knees, goddess squat. Inhale, open back up to star, level the arms to a T. Now pivot towards the back of your mat. Begin to put weight into the left leg. That's now the one in front. Lean, lean, lean. Lift the back leg, fly your airplane. Bearing weight into the left leg. If that's too much, you can leave your toe down. What's important about balance is you're bearing weight into that one leg. If the left leg is down for balance, that's perfectly fine. If you're able to float, do the balance challenge, that's great too. Exhale, let that right leg come down. Turn down about 45 degrees. Bring your hands behind your back, grab opposite elbows, or reverse prayer if that's available to you. Inhale, straighten the spine, lengthen, and exhale, fold over the straight leg. That's the left leg in front, pyramid pose. Weight is being unequal between both feet. Make sure the weight is not dumping into one foot or one leg or the other. Inhale, rise up, right hand to hip. Let the weight keep coming back. And now we're going to bear weight into the other leg. Float the left knee, balancing on the right leg. And again, if this balance isn't working, you can keep a toe down. Just feel like you're bearing weight into in this case, the right leg. Left hand to the knee. If this is available, slide down and grab the foot. Pull the foot to your bum, knees pointing down. Quadricep stretch. If this is working for you, you can stay here. If you're ready to go into dancer pose, bring your foot to the instep of your left foot. Put your thumb on the big toe. This connection really helps the balance and the connection of your body. Kick the left leg back, reach the right arm forward, and come into dancer pose. This thumb to big toe connection is really amazing because it's the same digit, just one's on your hand, one's on your foot. This connection helps the energy flow from the top to bottom of your body. And if you're still balancing just with your quadriceps stretch, that's perfectly fine too. One more big inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to mat, step your feet back, and breathe yourself back to downward facing dog through your vinyasa. Now we're facing the back of the mat, and that's our cue that we're going to be leaving on the left. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step through, bend in the left knee, back heel stays lifted, high crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your arms behind you, really leaning. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, open up where your B on the left, gaze is over your left hand. And release hands behind your back. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Back to warrior B. Straighten the front leg. Sweep the left arm up. Reverse triangle. Exhale, thinker pose. Back knee comes down. Right elbow across left thigh. Inhale. Reach up. Kneeling crescent. This is where we add it on. Straighten the front leg. Push back. Half splits. Now crawl yourself forward. Right hand plants. Lift the back knee. Left arm comes up to the sky. Easy twist. Exhale, both hands come down inside the left foot for a runner's lunge. Back knee can be lifted or it can be down on the mat. Lift that back knee. Walk your hands to the middle of the mat, using the support to widen out your stance. Inhale, flatten your back, gazes forward, and exhale, fold. Crown of your head coming straight down towards the mat. Feeling tension on the inner thighs. Inhale, flatten back, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise up, star pose. Now bring your heels in, your toes out, bend your knees, horse pose. Inhale, back to star, arms level out to a T. Now we're going to spin back towards the front of the mat. Bring weight into that front leg, that's your right leg. Lean, lean, lean. And maybe you float the back leg, balancing on the right. Airplane pose. Let the left leg come down. 45-degree angle. Grab opposite elbows or reverse prayer. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, fold. Pyramid pose over the right leg. You're folding right over that right leg. Not as much over the midline, but right over that right leg for a good hamstring stretch. But you're feeling weight in both legs. Inhale, rise up. Pivot the left foot, left hand to hip. Now lean back. Put weight into the left leg now. Float the right knee up. Hand slides down to the foot. Maybe it grabs the instep. Maybe it stays onto the ankle. Pivot that foot towards your backside. Quad stretch. With that thumb to big toe connection, if that feels good, begin to kick and lean and reach. Dancer pose. One more big inhale. Exhale, set everything down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Hands to mat, feet step back. Right, a low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's the whole flow. Let's do it one more time on each side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your arms behind you. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, open up warrior B. Release your hands behind your back. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale, fold, humble warrior. Inhale, rise back up, warrior B. Exhale to settle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten and reach. Big open. Exhale, knee down in the back, elbow to thigh, thinking pose. Inhale, arms come up. Kneeling crescent. Shift the hips back, straighten the front leg, half splits. Inhale, crawl forward. Left hand plants. Right arm and shoulder open up. Easy twist. Exhale, both hands come inside the right foot. Runner's lunge. Walk your hands to the middle of the mat. Widen out your stance. Feet are parallel. Exhale, flat back, straighten the arms. Exhale, bow forward. Notice we get a little deeper. Third time through on this pose. Inhale, flatten back, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to hips. Use the strength of your core to rise up. Star pose. Heels in, toes out. Bend the knees. Come into goddess or horse pose. Inhale, straighten. Arms to a T. Pivot to the back of your mat now. You're going to put weight on that left leg now, facing the back. And see if you can float the back leg. Airplane pose. Let your right foot come to the mat. About a 45-degree angle. Prepare for pyramid. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Feel both feet bearing equal weight. Inhale, rise up. Right hand to hip. Right foot now bears weight as we float the left knee in front. Slide the left hand down to the foot. Come to the instep if that is available to you. Pull the foot to your backside. Quad stretch. Inhale to prepare. And kick into dancer pose. One more big breath in. And exhale, everything comes down to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. One more time on the left side. Left leg comes up. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise up. High crescent. Exhale, sweep back. Extend through the crown of your head. Inhale, reach back up towards the sky. Exhale, open up, warrior B. Interlace hands behind the back. Inhale, and bow forward. Humble warrior. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, settle. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, knee comes down and twist and compress. Inhale, open up. Exhale, push the hips back, half splits. Crawl your hands forward. Right hand plants. Left hand flies up. Exhale, both hands come down. Pause and runner's lunge. Lift the back knee if it's onto the mat. Walk both hands to the middle of the mat. Widen out the stance. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flatten the back, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to hips. Rise up, arms overhead. Heels in, toes out. Bend the knees. Got a squat. Inhale, Right, straighten the legs, arms to a T, pivot to the front of the mat, begin to lean forward, weight into the right leg now, fly your airplane. Let the left foot come down to the mat, 45-degree angle, grab opposite elbows, inhale, lengthen, exhale, bow, pyramid pose. Inhale, rise up, left hand to hip, keep your core strong. Now the weight comes back into the left foot as you float the right foot up to the waist. Hand slides down, finds the foot, thumb to big toe if that works. And you can stay here again in quad stretch or kick and reach, kick and reach. One more big inhale and exhale. Everything comes down to forward fold. One more vinyasa. Take us back to downward facing dog. So you feel some heat building now. Link up at the top of the mat. Come up to the top of the mat. Have a seat. We'll begin to slow things down now. So feel a lot of warmth bubbling through the body. Muscles and bones and tendons all working together. Bringing in the air, gathering all that energy. We'll begin our seated poses with Dandasana, staff pose. Legs are straight, feet are flexed. Feel the engagement in the quads and the thighs. Hands come next to your hips. Push into the mat, not so much that you come off the mat, but enough that you feel engagement through the shoulders. Shoulders back, chest out. Big inhale, exhale, chin down to chest. And we hold. And we breathe. Feel the muscular engagement all the way from the ankles, the calves, thighs, up through the core, up to the shoulders, even up to the neck. Very simple shape, the letter L. But we're breathing. Muscles are working. One more inhale, exhale, release. You feel how the muscles are working when you release that pose. It's a really good stretch, a very simple shape. Inhale, arms up, and we'll do a forward fold now. Again, if you want to reach your peace fingers around your big toes and pull, if you have the ability to reach behind the feet, you can do that, or it's the ankles or the shins. It's an active stretch here. Back remains flat. Feel that you want to bring your sternum, your heart, on top of your feet. So you're folding forward before you're folding down, reaching forward with your heart. And if you prefer to do this with legs bent, you can certainly do that too. If legs bent is where your practice is today, if you keep doing this pose over time, you'll notice you can straighten the legs, straighten the knees, straighten the knees, straighten the knees. Eventually, you can get to a closer position of straight legs. But wherever you are right now is completely perfect. That's where you are. You're gathering information about yourself and where you are. Inhale, exhale, release. Now do a counter pose to that forward fold. This would be an opening of the front side of the body. Hands come behind you and just lean back. Maybe you can lift the hips into a reverse plank. Point the toes if that's available to you. If this is too much, you can always flatten the feet and come up to a reverse tabletop. Just opening the front side of the body after the forward fold that we did. And exhale, bring it down. Straighten the legs. A few rounds of breath here. And bend the knee, the right knee. So as we bend the right knee, you don't want to tuck it in right to the thigh. Have a little bit of space here, and we're going to do a twist. So the right hand comes behind you. Extend the left arm. Let the elbow hook around, hug the right knee. Inhale and exhale, we twist. It's okay to use that right arm a little bit as a lever so you can twist a little bit more. As you breathe, you'll feel your belly pushing against the thigh. When you exhale, something that space is available and you're able to twist a little bit more. You breathe in, you feel it. Exhale, oh, I can go a little bit more. You also move that right hand a little further back. And the other leg, the left leg is active. It's straight, but it is flexed and it is active in this twist. And exhale, release, change sides. Straighten the right leg. Again, the foot is active. Bend the left knee. A little bit of space between the foot and the thigh. Left hand comes behind you. Lift the right arm. Hug the knee. And twist. Again, feel the breath pushing against the thigh. It's your belly pushing against the thigh. And when you exhale, there's some space there. Move the left arm a little further behind. Right foot is flexed, it's active. Inhale, exhale, release. We'll come into a butterfly pose. Similar to what we did at the start of class when we were lying down. This time we're sitting up, feet are together. Thumbs are on the instep of the foot, fingers are on the outside. Elbows are tucked into the ribs, sit up nice and tall. Open the feet up like a book, which will help open up the knees without putting pressure onto the knees. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, with a flat back. Forward before we go down. Sits bones are still rooted into the mat, keeping the back nice and flat and straight. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, open up the legs like a letter V, a wide leg seated straddle, and fold. This can be an active stretch. You can grab hold of the toes or the outer edge of the feet for a few breaths. And then I want you to release the feet, palms facing up, and simply allow this to be a passive stretch. Doing a lot of work with the legs. So let this just be a slow down, passive stretch here. And you might find that you can barely bend over a little bit, or maybe your chest is onto the mat. Wherever you are is perfectly fine. Just notice how the energy is still flowing through the body. All the heat we created. Every nook and cranny of the body, feeling that energy. Inhale, rise up. Bring both knees together. Chest to thighs. And release your chest back nice and tall. Lean back onto your sits bones. And if you can, float the heels. And we'll come into boat pose. If this isn't working, You can keep the heels lifted, keep the heels grounded, chest is nice and high. Engage the core. Boat poses is obviously about a core engagement. You can always lift one heel at a time if you're not able to float both of them. And everybody bring the heels down. Take a breath. We do 3 rounds of boat. Again, chest is tall, feet are floating, gaze is over your toes, unless your feet are still down. And again, you can also play with lifting 1 foot at a time. Everybody bring both heels down. Take a breath. And 3rd round, boat pose. Feel the core engaging. And set it down. Feet are into the mat. Go ahead and lie down. Arms alongside your body. And nice windshield wiper those knees side to side again. Knees come up towards the ceiling. Feet are planted. Let's do another round of bridge pose. Lift the hips. See if this feels any different than it did at the start of class. Pushing into the feet, rolling onto the shoulders, and bring it down. Lift up, push into the feet, pushing the knees forward energetically. Creating space under your backside. And bring your hips down. 3rd time, lift up. Feel how it's almost floating. You've created so much energy, so much strength in the hips. And set it down. Bring your knees into your chest. We'll come into a spinal twist. Bring both knees over towards the right. Arms to a T. And turn your head to turn towards the left. Put your body into the position. And then just let the muscles go. Just relax into the shape. Just feel that energy that's flowing through the body. Feel that twist all the way from the hips, through the torso, all the way through the neck as your head is turned the opposite way from the knees. Slowing the breathing down back to your natural cadence. Inhale, bring your knees back up center. Maybe rock side to side for a few rocks. And then when you're ready, let the knees fall to the left, taking the spinal twist the other way, knees to the left, arms out to a T, and let your head fall gently to the right. Get your body into the position, and then just shut the muscles down. Let gravity do the work as we settle into this pose. Breathing, grounding, surrendering to the pose, letting the twist work through the body, the muscles, the tendons, the fascia. Not fighting against it, just letting the body breathe. One side might feel different than the other. Of course, there's no judgment. None of our bodies are perfectly symmetrical, and we don't have the same body we had yesterday, let alone 6 months, a year, or 6 years ago. No judgment, just compassion, content, and satisfied with where we are. Creating the energy, cultivating the energy through the practice, gathering information, making use of what we learn on the mat. Bring your knees back up center, rock from side to side, extend the legs long, getting ready for our final rest. Closing pose to close our practice will be Savasana. Let your legs go long, the heels find the corners of the mat, arms alongside your body. And we'll end with stillness just as we began. And take your final rest, Savasana. Yogis, begin to deepen your breath into the nose, out through the mouth. But even before you begin to move the physical body, as you breathe in, send the awareness down throughout the body. Have awareness of your legs, your feet, without even moving them, opening, awakening the emotional body first. Breathe in, send that awareness down your arms, your hands, fingers. Breathe in, feel the whole body being awakened energetically. Now begin to wiggle fingers and toes, reawakening the physical body. Movements get bigger, ankles and wrists, elbows and knees. Restoring movement to the physical body. Letting the energy circulate through the energetic bodies. Big inhale, stretch your arms overhead, big body stretch. Exhale right there. Inhale, big stretch. Exhale, knees to chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Rock from side to side. And roll over to your favorite side, whether it's left or right, using that arm on that side as a pillow. Coming to a fetal pose, which marks the rebirth of the body with a new energized body. With your top hand, push yourself up to a seat at the top of the mat, your eyes still closed, coming to an easy sit. Reawaken your senses with being vertical. Aware of the sounds, any smells you might have coming into you through your senses. Bring your hands to heart center. You might feel your heart beating. Feel your breath expanding and contracting in your chest. We close with thoughts of love and gratitude, first for ourselves, happy that we can practice, happy for all that our body can do for us, happy for the lessons we learn, thankful for all that we gather in life and make use of what we gather, the energy, the love, the friendships and relationships. Send these thoughts of goodwill, compassion out to your friends, family, to the community at large, all throughout the world. Happy for everyone to have love and feel love, energy to move, energy to breathe, energy to be together as a community. The light, the love, the teacher and student in me bows to the light, the love, the teacher and student in each one of you. We bow our heads together. We say namaste. Thank you all for being here. Again, my name is Bob. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thank you. Have a great day. Namaste.